Here for team selection with John Longmire. John, what are the changes for this weekend's match down in Geelong?
Out is Jude Bolton, who's been sick this week, and into the team comes Tommy Mitchell.
Must be a little bit disappointing not to have Jude out there, who's been in pretty good form so far. What's it like to not have him out there this week, I suppose?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously had a pretty good season for us this year and kicked a few goals, and he's very good and experienced in our forward line. But he's a little bit crook this week, and we thought it's best to rest him rather than try and play him when he's not feeling 100%. And Tommy Mitchell comes into the team, and we know that Tommy had last weekend off, and he comes back in the team this week, and hopefully really gets back to the standard he was playing before he went out of the team.
And Gary Rowan remains in the side after that first quarter on as the sub. Do you expect to give him a bit more game time this week?
Yeah, we do. We'd ideally like to play him in our 21. We'll make that decision on game day, but we'd like to get him into that 21 if we could. We think that some more minutes in him would be a good thing. We know what he's able to give us at his best, and we know that the more football he plays, the better he'll get, hopefully. So that's what we'd ideally like to do, and we'll have to see what the final lineup ends up looking like.
Heading down to Geelong this week, which is no doubt one of the toughest tests in football at the moment. Just how difficult is it playing the Cats down in Geelong?
Yeah, it's one of the great challenges in footy. It's whether it's West Coast in Perth, or you go to Adelaide, or Hawthorn in Tasmania, you go to Geelong in Geelong. It's a tough challenge for our team, but it's one we're looking forward to. We've enjoyed that challenge before. We were down there towards the end of last year. We've obviously played down there the year before as well, and so we know what it's about. We know Geelong are a great team, but we need to make sure we concentrate on what we do well, understand the strengths that Geelong have got, which are plenty, but play the sort of footy we want to play as well.
They do have talent all over the field, and back in round 4, I guess the game went a little bit on their terms. What do the Swans need to do to get on top this time?
Oh, we just need to make sure we put a bit more pressure on around the ball. We didn't think we did enough around the ball, in the contested ball, in the tackle situation, and they were able to play the sort of footy they were able to play by winning the contested ball a bit too easily, and then getting it out and through broken tackles. So it always gets back to that, and making sure we're strong-minded defensively, and hopefully that strong-minded defence turns into scores on the board for us as well.
It's going to be a huge Geelong crowd down there, so that's going to be a difficult task in itself. Are you expecting a bit of like a finals-like atmosphere 2 weeks out?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the great thing about playing the best teams at this time of the year. That one thing you know from Geelong, you're pretty certain what you're going to get, and that's a fierce contest, a team that's very proud of how they go about their business, and so there's this no ifs, buts or maybes as far as what the opposition will serve up, and we need to be at our best to combat that.
2 players that are sort of the best in the competition at the moment out there, in Joel Selwood and Kieran Jack, who are both right up there in the Coaches Award. That could be a great contest if they meet. Yeah,
it could be. I mean, Joel's been in great form. He's kicked a lot of goals as a midfielder. He's extremely well respected in the AFL landscape, the way he goes about his football. Whether it's Kieran Jack or Daniel Hanbury or Craig Bird, they're the type of players that are in that midfield mix that need to be through that. Some of their stars, and they're in that part of the ground. We've had some players had pretty good years through our midfield as well, so I'm sure that'll be a big challenge.